Well, look who we have here. Fearless Leader, welcome back.
Good to be back.
You are back in the armory for the
I,
first time in quite a while, actually.
yeah, quite a few years.
A few years. Well, yeah, I mean, a couple for sure. Pre-pandemic.
Good
You've been
times.
over to the house a couple times, but yeah, not in here. I've always haven't had a clean room here for a little while, but just for you, I cleaned up a bit.
Oh,
It's still a little crowded in here. I don't know if anyone's seen your pal Kyle's room here, but yeah, I got boxes of comics and shelves that stick out quite a ways from all the video games that are on here. And still managed to get like a bed and a couple chairs and TV.
I was definitely looking for the long, rough winter so you could get snowed in and just
Oh,
play video games.
that's my dream. I just 100 inches of snow. Like no one can leave their house. Like you're barricaded indoors for like 2 weeks. I'm like, yeah, I finally can get to my things I've been neglecting
As
here.
long as you have plenty of food and electricity, you'll be good.
Yeah, the electricity is a big one.
But other than
Yeah,
that,
even if not, I can light a candle and read some comics. I have like 200 comics I need to read, and they're all just sitting right behind Fearless Leader down there. I'm sure you're probably going to spill the water on them at some point, but knowing you.
luckily for me, I didn't bring my water
Oh,
in here.
nice,
So,
nice.
do you want me to?
No, we
Okay.
enough stuff has been spilled in this room already, for Pete's sake. It's the Game Time podcast, episode technically two. We'll call it two. We rebooted. The last one we did was our first one back. I just called it episode one because I don't have the other ones to upload anyway. So,
Don't forget to give Kyle a round of applause for not listening to me once again.
well, these are exclusive to YouTube. People can click on the video. There's no audio. You just have it on the background, you know, and you're not missing anything. You're missing our pretty faces, but that's about it.
Well, I miss my pretty face as well, but you know.
That's all right. So yeah, we're gonna chat about some video games, some upcoming events, maybe some movies and comics. And there really isn't. I don't know. I mean, this was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I didn't know you were coming over prior to a few hours ago. So like, oh, I
Told
don't really have
you,
anything.
I told you I off all week, and
All weekend. But we are glad you're here. We'll kick things off. I got to show you 2 episodes of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It's on Paramount Plus. I think you can actually get the DVD and Blu-ray set for season 1 of that. Season 2 just finished like 2 weeks ago, so it'll be a little while. But how you liking that show? You've seen 3 shows
it's
so
pretty
far.
epic. I love my Star Trek.
Yep, that is a such a great show, and it's good too. The Paramount Plus shows for Star Trek, they've been kind of hit and miss. You know, they start with that Discovery. That's okay. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. There's some episodes are better than the others. Then they did that Picard series. First 2 seasons of that kind of crap, but that last season's so good. It really is like a new season of Next Generation.
Oh, remember back in the day, I feel old saying that when Star Trek Enterprise came out, a lot of people hated that. I guess I'm weird. I enjoyed that.
Even back in the day when it
Yeah,
was new.
back in the mid or early 2000s when
Yeah,
it
it
came
was
out.
2000, I think.
But
2000, 2001.
but yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Oh,
Not many people liked it, but I guess I'm weird. I enjoyed Star Trek Enterprise back in the day, so if you like it, great. If you don't, great. You know, I just enjoyed it.
I think more people like it now just because some of these newer Treks haven't been quite as good. Yeah, I think. Well, I only got into Star Trek in the late 2000s, so I missed that entirely. I saw 2 or 3 random episodes of Enterprise beforehand. I was like, I'm not really digging it. But then when I got these Blu-rays, I got all the series. So I'm like, I'm going to start from the very beginning and just plow my way through the entire Star Trek. So I did the Enterprise, and I actually really did enjoy it when watching it through. It's a little rough here and there, but
The
that fourth season, the last season of Enterprise, that's so good.
the only Star Trek I really never got into was Deep Space Nine.
A lot of people would say that's maybe the best one.
And that's the one I did get into.
Maybe you need to do what I did. Just start it from the very beginning and
I might have to.
plow through.
But I grew up watching Next Gen. I love the originals, and Deep Space Nine. I'm like, meh. That's what I thought about it. Voyager is awesome. Enterprise is awesome, and now we get this new Star Trek coming out. So
Yeah, DS9, I think, kind of like with some of these other Trek series, it kind of starts off a little, but it definitely gets better. A lot of people, especially once you get to the Dominion War and stuff like that, Worf gets back on the series and a lot of drama on the space station. I think it's pretty good.
I guess I'll have to start watching it all over
Yeah.
again. I don't know if I will, but
Maybe you could start with season 4. Kind of like they changed some things up and made it a little bit better. All right, there's our Star Trek talk. But yeah, Strange New Worlds, highly recommended. That last season of Picard, you don't really need to know too much for the previous 2 seasons, but if you loved Next Generation, you'll definitely like that last season of Picard. It's good. So good.
it's Kyle approved.
Definitely. Yeah, that first season of Picard was trash. The second season was fine. It was just really dragged out. But you had Q in there again.
Always makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Good old Q.
And you finally get a little bit of a explanation as to why Q just chooses Picard to harass all the time. Like, it's kind of finally explained, like, that's why he just loves Picard so much. It's finally revealed.
Oh,
Oh,
sounds
harasses him one more time.
Just for old time's sake.
For old time's sake. But this is a video. Well, it could be a Star Trek podcast. Maybe we'll spin off Trek Time. But it is about video games. So, Mr. What's your name again? Fearless Leader. What games have you been playing?
Well, same old. Unfortunately, I work too much, so I don't play as much video games as I want. Unfortunately, work takes a lot of my video game timing away. But I passed Watch Dogs Legion, and I ordered the DLC on it. I believe it's called Blood Ties. I'm not too certain offhand, but that's
I don't know.
But yeah, Watch Dogs, great series. I suggest everybody go play that. Watch Dogs, and
Click here to buy now.
right. Ubisoft, you really need to sponsor me. Every game you guys make, I just love. Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs.
Those newer Assassin's Creeds are quite good. I love the ancient Egyptian one. Origins, I believe.
I'm now debating buying a new video game here pretty soon. I don't know which one, but
I've been throwing some suggestions at
Yeah.
you. I'm going to have to give you a list.
I know you will.
Yeah. I recommended to him that Ghost of Tsushima. It's only on PlayStation. It's feudal Japan. Amazing story. It really is like one of the best looking games I've ever seen. It's so good looking. Highly recommend that one. GTA 5 again.
Somehow Rockstar keeps getting my money off of GTA 5.
You said you've been playing some Cyberpunk. Again, a couple months ago. Since the last time we chatted, 3 months or so. So basically what you've been playing this summer.
Yeah, good old Cyberpunk. Love that game.
That's good.
It is.
Let's get an expansion coming out soon, too.
I
You see
think
that? Phantom Liberty?
Isn't it already out?
It's next month.
Okay. I did hear about that, but I thought it was already out.
Yeah, it's apparently a pretty big chunk of new game for Cyberpunk. So a good time to dive back in.
Unfortunately, when Cyberpunk first came out, I gave it a lot of hate. Not on a podcast.
Everyone.
But now they're starting to say, if I fixed it, I have to take a lot of that hate back. It's actually a well-written game. Game mechanics is actually really good. Good storyline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember hearing that too. It came out and was just a buggy mess. You think Bethesda made it. And it was that bad, even worse.
Ouch.
Yeah, I picked it up pre-owned, like a used copy for original Xbox One. And yeah, it had some issues. It always looked kind of weird to me. It was like very fuzzy. I don't know. I can't quite explain it. It just had a weird look to it. But I'm like, there really is a great game here. It's there. It's hard to find, but
It's
it's there.
just not finished.
But when it came out for the Series S, X, and PS5, it's like, oh, okay. This probably should have delayed it for those new consoles, but
But yet, the best game I have played all year is still Hogwarts Legacy.
that's right. Last episode, you're going on about that one.
Still a great game. I starting a new character as a evil wizard,
Hmm.
and I don't know why I can't play as a bad guy anymore.
It's
I
tough. You're such a great guy in real life.
I want to go around abracadabra everything, and when I go around help my classmates, I'll be like, well, it's gonna cost you. I guess I'm gonna keep this information. I want to give everybody the finger, but I can't do that. It's just difficult. I guess
Oh,
Wizarding World is right about my house in Hogwarts. It says I'm definitely a Hufflepuff. I'm not a Slytherin, and I'm sad.
oh,
I can't be evil anymore.
poor
I,
guy.
I blew up Megaton in Fallout 3 a few times. Come on.
You like being bad in Mass Effect. Didn't you do an evil route in that one?
I did.
Those Mass Effect games.
I did.
Evil Derek Shepard.
That's
The
fun.
galaxy needs your help. Screw the galaxy. Gave him the finger.
I played as good and evil.
So here's a question. Well, and I suppose I could answer it too. I have Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah, it's a great game. I just need to play it more. I just I have gaming ADD. I just go from one thing to another. Even if you, so here's the question. Even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, yeah, I haven't seen the movies, I haven't read the books, that person, would they enjoy this game?
If you like an open world RPG, yes, absolutely. If you're
This
not,
could be some of our listeners like, I'm too old to watch Harry Potter.
I, I I like Harry Potter and stuff like that, but I'm not hardcore. I'm more of a moderate fan. But I picked up, and as a gamer, I've probably played anyways.
Hmm.
But it's a great game. It's well put together. Yeah, there's a lot of Harry Potter references on it, but I think it just figuring out some of those puzzles that's pretty challenging. You might need to know a few Harry Potter references,
Oh yeah,
but at the same time, it's not that hard. It's fun. It's a great game to pick up. Great
it's very
mechanics.
Zelda-esque.
Yeah, it's definitely a good one of the best open world RPGs I played in a long time. I really want. If there's only one thing I want to diss on it, is during the cutscenes. Like most games, you could pause it if someone's at the door or whatever. This game, nope. You have to sit there and watch it, or you're gonna skip this cutscene. That's my biggest gripe on that game. Other than that, I can't think of any other gripe I have on that game.
You get a lot of people coming over during your cutscenes, or what?
I have
They're
that
just
luck.
lining up on your door like he's watching the cutscene. We gotta knock on his door.
Absolutely. They want to see my awesomeness. But it's a well-rounded game, and
Well, there
I
you
don't
go,
want to spoil
folks.
it for you guys too much, but every house you choose, they have different missions at certain areas too. So obviously, me being me, I have to pass a game with every house, and that's what I'm starting to do now.
4 different games in one, with a lot of similarities, a lot of
Absolutely,
crossover. This
of
seems,
course.
yeah, I would say even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, it really there's no mention of those characters because this does take place like 100 years prior to that. So I think even a non-Harry Potter fan could dive right in. Like, there's no references, or at least, well, no, I shouldn't say that. There's a
There's
lot.
Easter eggs.
There's a lot of stuff from the movies in the game, but it's not going to be like, oh, Harry Potter thing. So, because I'm like you, I really enjoy the movies. I even read the books when they came out.
Pretty hardcore.
Yeah, I think I got in. Well, no, I got into the series with that first movie. I was dragged to it on Christmas Day. I was like, You know what? That was actually pretty good. I'm curious what the books are about. So I think they just had the 4 books out at that point. So I got to read 5, 6, and 7 when they were new.
Uh,
Yeah, I liked them, and I've seen the movies once or twice. And meaning to watch them again. I just got them on Blu-ray a while back, so
well,
looking forward to another sit down with those. It's a good time.
glad my mom doesn't listen to this podcast, but my mom's one of those hardcore evangelists, and I was in high school when the movie came out. I wanted to watch that movie, but my mom was like, "No, witchcraft, evil, can't watch." And so I remember I had to
These
go.
works of fiction
That's what I try to explain.
will cloud your judgment.
And oddly enough, she liked movies like Widow and stuff like that from the '80s. And if anybody remember that movie, but yet Harry Potter's evil because some minister said so. So I had to sneak. I told my mom I was gonna go watch a different movie with some friends, but we went to watch Harry Potter and Sorcerer's Stone, and I know I
You,
don't.
you
I don't.
can't watch Star Wars. They use magic in that.
I know,
Magic's the works of
but
the devil.
but yet she likes Star Wars. I don't understand this, but oh well, I don't care anymore.
What other games have you been playing? Just about those.
Yes.
I thought I saw you playing. You talked about Watch Dogs. There's another one. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I guess I thought I saw you um, playing a certain game a lot, but maybe I'm just wasting everyone's time now trying to think of it.
Oh, that's okay. I have a lot of time to get wasted, and if
But
you're listening to
our 3 listeners, or 2 at least, shout out Richard, Kevin, Q Dog in there. Hey Eric.
this, there,
MLB The Show. You played a lot of that this summer.
I played a little bit, but
I know you love your baseballs.
I think this MLB, the last couple of years, MLB show digressed, had gone downhill. Like the one a couple of years ago, before the 2021, or even the, I think maybe pre-pandemic, the 2019 one, you could interact with your teammates, and you could build up a reputation. This one you really can't, and that just irritates me. It's still a really good game. It's still fun, but
You can take your Twins to the World Series.
yes, they actually could win a playoff game.
That'd be great in your game, though. You did the entire season. Now, time for the playoffs. Oh, I'm swept by the Yankees in the playoffs again.
Curses! Vote again! Darn Yankees. but you know, it's still a fun game. I still play as a show. I still create my own character and play as myself.
If there's one thing you enjoy doing, it's playing with yourself.
Absolutely. I bet. I can say that was this vile and dirty sick way, but I don't care anymore.
Well, I will need you to put your pants back on. But, yeah, no, that's cool. I guess I myself, I haven't.
I know you've been working a lot yourself.
Yeah,
Maybe not as much
these
as
past 2-3 weeks, I rarely put in anything. I'm trying to think. Even since last time we spoke, well, I'm still chipping away at that Zelda game quite a bit. Tears of the Kingdom, it's so good. Just loving everything on Switch right now. PS5, so I'm one of those people who complain about Rockstar not doing Grand Theft Auto 6. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. And here I am, I'm buying GTA 5 yet again for the 3rd time on PS5. I just wanted to play it in 4K and all the souped up everything, and it looks damn good on PS5. I've been meaning to play it anyway, and like, you know what? It's $20 at our Best Buy here in the U.S. I had a little gift card thing for $10, so I spent $10 on it. Big deal, I guess. Definitely worth that. And yeah, I mean, as always, chipping away a little bit at my beloved City of Heroes. I just love that game so much.
You just want to marry that game.
We're engaged. I didn't want to tell anybody about that, but
Am I invited to the wedding?
Yeah.
Ah, awesome.
You are the maid of honor.
Oh dear.
So, That's just so good. I'm always happy every time I put it in. I'm thinking we lost this game for several years because of stupid NCSoft, but it's back. It's not official, It's a little it's back underground. It's a gray area, but we can play it. And I'm happy and grateful, and it's the only good thing in my life. It's the only thing keeping me going some days. And I just love the community there. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm meeting a lot of new friends who are streaming the game a lot and everything. So fantastic. If you want to meet new friends, play some City of Heroes. I can introduce you to some great peeps.
On a side note about video games,
Side
I
note.
didn't mention this to you. Me being me, I wanted to go back to my childhood, so I bought a Madden game, a new one at GameStop the other
Oh,
day. And this is how long I have played a Madden game. Apparently now, to set up a career or whatever, or play the game on a season or as your own character or whatever, you have to create an EA account to log on and stuff that. And I'm just like, I'm almost out with EA. I don't want to give them any more of my money. Why do they sucker me in?
EA.
And
Everyone's favorite game company.
I'm not a huge I do follow football, but not hardcore like some sports. I do have my team, Cleveland Browns.
I wouldn't admit that if I were you.
I don't care anymore. But with or football or you guys overseas, American football, it I don't know. I've never been really followed it. I don't know why I even bought this game. It's a sport that I watch, but not hardcore. And then it's made by EA, and I'm still trying to figure out why I bought it.
Madden. So is the one from this year then? Like
It
Madden
was the last year.
23?
It was Madden 22.
22. All right. Well, you said
Yes.
you made it sound like you got like an old school game, like oh Madden '92
Oh, I
from my
should.
child.
I should have. But I was just thinking, it's like, hey, I haven't played a Madden game in years, and
All right, I see
I wonder
now.
how it's going now. And this is a game that not even EA can mess up. And picked up the controller, it's like they messed it up.
They messed it up.
How?
Should get you a Sega Genesis and do some Madden 90 whatever back in
98
the day.
or 96, 95. Yeah.
'Cause we did a two-player, or you and maybe Mustang,
It was a
for that
hockey game.
NHL. Yeah, everyone loved NHL '94, and actually that video did pretty good. Everyone liked that one.
Yeah,
It's a great
fun.
game. Some Madden for Fearless Leader. Jeez, I only have like Madden 2004. I think
Now,
somehow
that's it. That's a lot better than the game that came out last
PS2.
year.
There was a very brief time for like 2 years. I was following all the sports. I liked them. I watched some basketball and
Ooh.
football. Hockey was my sport of choice, but
I
it
don't
was a
believe it.
weird era.
It was. I just don't believe it. It couldn't happen.
It was a weird era. I still have some hockey jerseys, but it got a little bit tiresome, I guess. I don't regret getting as into sports, but it was just kind of, I know what, now I want to do something else. It gets kind of boring after a while.
Once again, ADHD.
Yeah, I gotta have a new hobby.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought my ADHD is bad. Kyle was like, ooh, shiny.
Yeah, not in real life, just with the video game. Well, maybe a little in real life, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Last time I think we chatted about Marvel movies a little bit.
Oh, I need to
Um,
catch up on those too.
yeah, they did Guardians of the
I
Galaxy
finally
3.
saw that the other day too.
It's good.
It's
It's a very strong movie.
I laughed, I cried,
Yeah,
and I'm
that was a
like,
harsh one there in the little bit. We won't go too into it, but
I
did
yeah.
you cry? I can see you crying. You're sitting in your room alone. It's like gonna lock the door. Click.
You're right.
Get under my sheets so no one hears me.
I don't want to spoil it, but there was some sad
Mhm.
moments.
Great movie though. Oof.
Fantastic.
And we got, TV wise, they did Secret Invasion. I'm currently going through that. It's kind of not that great, unfortunately. Even though I loved the storyline from the comics it's based off of. So good. Epic throwdown.
but not enjoying the
And then they
Marvel so
come to the
far.
show, and it's just like, oh no. They really butchered that. But I mean, I don't. How you supposed to do. If you were to follow the comic line, I mean, you would need a whole build up again just for that. And big climactic movie or two. So I could see why they didn't do it, but it's just like, oh, just don't do it at all then.
So some people say Marvel's starting to go downhill after Infinity War, don't or Endgame. What do you think?
I don't know. They're just kind of the movies haven't been quite as good, I guess. I don't know why. I can't. I agree they're not as good, but I don't have any good solutions to make them better.
And
If
this
that
is
if
from
that makes
if
sense.
this is coming from one of the hardcore comic book readers, at least Marvel, that I know. I never seen him pick up a DC comic, but
I have a couple DCs that were given to me. They do these free comic book days once in a while at our shop, and like, hey, let's see
is
what's
it
going on.
Aquaman?
No, it's never Aquaman.
Okay.
Just I'm not, calm down. I'm not that weird. Even though that Aquaman movie was good, I sat through and like, you know what? That was actually
Did a good
not
job.
bad. I don't know what they got a sequel for that coming out, but
I
these
don't like
DC movies though they've been terrible.
I
Like,
don't like how they portray the Flash. That's my biggest gripe on there.
yeah, I was kind of excited for the Flash because they were doing Batman and like here's some Supergirl in there. But I never did see it because I just heard like this is the worst thing I've
Well,
ever seen.
the WB, the Flash series, that was pretty good. I'll admit that.
WBDC. I liked saw the first two seasons of Supergirl on that.
That's
I like
good
I
episode
liked
too.
her.
I even enjoyed Arrow.
I never saw Arrow that much. A couple episodes, but
That's dark, but I enjoyed it.
sticking with my Supergirl.
Well, who doesn't like Supergirl?
Actually reminds me of some girl in high school I liked quite a bit. Had a big crush on it. She looked kind of like that Supergirl with the mainly with the glasses. She wore the glasses, and every time the Supergirl on the show wears them, like God, you look like I won't mention names, but you're like you kind of look like her. Maybe that's why I like Supergirl so much. Just revelation has just been made.
I just like Supergirl because I'm a dirty old man.
Dirty old man can confirm.
Yeah,
Shame on you. And I really need
I
you to
am
put your
ashamed of
pants back
myself.
on.
I
We really need that.
yeah,
I'm surprised you don't like the Wonder Woman movie. Then
I did enjoy the Wonder Woman movie.
not the second one. That was trash.
I did not see the second
Don't
one.
bother. That was I. I got it on Blu-ray and I watched half of it and I could not finish it. I still have not seen the rest of it. I made it halfway through. I'm like, this is the worst. It's so bad. Like, what happened? And that first Wonder Woman movie was great. And then we get this one. It's like, ooh, what happened?
They were probably smoking something. I don't know.
Yikes.
And there's Kyle playing with the phone case.
Yeah, I got this phone. I need something to fidget with.
Once again,
It's
ADHD,
gonna
folks.
it's gonna hit you in the face at some point.
That would be hilarious.
You'll, people people listening will know because they'll just hear this. Ow!
And I'll be like, "Why you?"
Yeah. So yeah, I mean the Marvel stuff. Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to build up this Kang the Conqueror, but he's at least so far in the movies hasn't really been that great of a villain. Personally,
I
I would go. I would build up Galactus and get those Fantastic Four movies made. Do some Galactus.
my theory is, and I don't know what they're planning to do. I think it's King to Conquer. Then after that, maybe it's Galactus, or how with their phases. This phases can be King to Conquer, and I think the next one probably is gonna be Galactus. That's my theory. I don't.
Yeah, well, it's the multiverse saga, and I don't know. It's kind of falling apart
I
pretty
did
quick.
enjoy that Ant-Man movie, Quantum Mania or
Oh, see, a
whatever.
lot of people hated that one.
I
It was fine. I didn't. It wasn't that
I
great, but
still enjoyed it.
yeah, I didn't hate it.
I don't know why people hate it so much. It's entertaining. I don't know.
Yeah, I loved those first two Ant-Man movies. They were always kind of silly, but dare I say, well, realistic with heavy quotations. But this one is just like, oh, they're in the micro world, and
But
there's
I
all that stuff. Like, oh dear.
did you saw the first season of Loki yet or?
Oh yeah, Loki
Okay,
was
so that's why I guess I
fantastic.
enjoyed it because it did tie into the Loki series too a little bit.
And Loki's coming back
I
later this year.
That's probably why I'm gonna pick up Disney Plus again, just so I can watch Loki.
Well, and Mandalorian. You haven't seen that third season of
Oh
Mando.
yeah, I know.
That's the best thing on Disney Plus.
Uh,
It's
was
it's really one of the only good Star Wars things we have.
and you said I want to see the new Ahsoka.
Ahsoka has, yeah, at the time of this recording, it just came out. I really don't care. We've seen a lot of. I'm kind of Star Warsed out outside of Mandalorian.
Now, unfortunately for me, I seen all the Clone Wars episodes.
Unfortunately, you
Oh,
said you
okay.
liked that.
I enjoyed it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just saying, unfortunately,
Now you have to
I'm
see
geeky,
Ahsoka.
I'm nerdy enough to sit there and watch all of it, enjoyed it, and then I also saw all the Rebels episode, and I enjoyed all of them too. So
Hmm.
I, everybody's saying you need to watch these and get caught up. I already saw them, so
I've already watched them.
I might need to watch a few of them again to refreshen up. But I saw them.
Yeah, well, a lot of people like that Andor series because I hear it's just
I try to
even
watch
from
it.
our fellow Cartridge Club fans, like, oh no, this is really good. Like it's right up there with Mando. I did two episodes, well, one at first, and it's like, maybe I'll give it another one to go. But I don't know. I'm just not.
Well,
It hasn't grabbed me yet.
it's a one. I was the same way. I fell asleep on during the third
You're
episode.
sleeping.
Yeah, it's pretty boring. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So does it pick up? Does that episode? If I get Disney Plus again, does
yeah.
where does
You'll
it
have
pick
to let me
up?
know if it's worth watching because I hear it is. But
I couldn't get into it. It just starts off too slow. I don't know why.
so maybe you're just
Maybe I just
Star
want.
Wars out as
Maybe I
well.
just
It's
yeah.
just too much Star Wars lately.
Maybe I just need to watch somebody go around killing each other.
Maybe that's the problem with Marvel. Just a little too much Marvel lately. You don't need four movies out every year, and people just don't.
I'm
People love Iron Man, Captain America, Thor. Avengers. People love those characters. People love Guardians, Doctor Strange. Those are pretty popular characters. But now you getting into. Now you got Miss Marvel and these
getting.
last some movies, people just don't really care for the characters. I think they want to see more Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. is
Cal
Tony.
likes his Iron Man.
Oh, I could go for an Iron Man movie every other year.
Oh, I know.
Make it another trilogy, Armor Wars trilogy. Where is it?
And this is probably why I was excited to watch some Star Trek. Is because yeah, I guess I am Marveled out or Disneyed out or whatever. Please don't beat me up, Disney.
Disneyed out. Star Trek.
But good stuff. So is there any movies or video games you're planning to pick up here pretty soon? Or
Well,
go
we were
watch?
talking about um, what were Cyberpunk. They have an expansion coming out for that pretty soon. Phantom Liberty. Guess it adds like new classes and a whole new area and many more missions. So I'm excited for that. And even tweaked the game a little bit to make it a little bit better again.
Ooh, I
So I
hope
think
so.
that's a few weeks away. So I'm definitely going to get that. I think you'll probably get that too. You took a huge liking to Cyberpunk.
Great game. It's yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's not much I could complain about it. It's fantastic.
And what else is coming out this year?
The
I
only
feel like
game
there's a few good ones. Well, Modern Warfare 3. Doing that one again.
I'm yeah, Call of Duty and Modern Warfare, Battlefield or whatever. I'm kind of like they can't copy and paste this game all the time for me to get their money.
Yeah, you know what? And I even gave you Battlefield 1 because it's a World War One game. You don't see that a whole lot. Everyone's just World War Two. There's 8,600 World War Two games, but you don't see too many for
World War One.
World War One. I think you'd like that one quite a bit.
I remember, I think it was a PS3. There was an American Civil War game, a History Channel American Civil War game. I should have picked that up back in the day too. But
You still, or you don't. Your PS3 doesn't work,
Mhm.
right? Or you just don't care to hook it up because you're lazy.
that, yeah, unfortunately,
Not laziness.
I'm giving Kyle a run for his money there with my laziness.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, that is oddly enough. You know, I bash Xbox quite a bit, but their Xbox systems very backwards compatible. You could put a 360 game in or original Xbox game, and it most likely will work. They're very good with that backwards compatibility. I would love to put a PS2 game or PS3 game into my PS5 and play it.
Yeah, Sony just gives you the middle finger right
like-
when you put it in.
Well, here's Red Dead Redemption, $50. You can play that again.
Yeah,
You
on
want
the
that one?
PlayStation Store, but I own the copy for the PS3, and they just want more money from me, like always.
Well, that's a Rockstar thing too. But you love Red Dead Redemption 1.
Fantastic. That's the
I
only
agree with you. That's a great one.
fantastic game.
I think on the last episode you even said you liked it better than GTA. And I don't know about that one. I don't know. Just about slapped you right there again.
It's close. I saw Red Dead 2.
Kind of sucked.
Re-
Ow!
Fearless leader reaches over and just strangles Scott.
I love everything. I love everything about Red Dead 2. It looks great, fantastic playing, but you just can't have that much fun in it. Just everything, just you try to do something a little naughty, and you get this wanted level, and these bounty hunters are after you, and I don't know how much money I wasted going into every little area that they have to pay off a bounty. I finally got caught up, and like I like to save my money, but there was this one mission that finally did it. It was you were in the town of Valentine. You had to spring someone out of jail. It was a big shootout with the whole town. And this is a story mission. You have to do it. So I did it, completed it, having a good time. And then there's this huge bounty on me again. I'm like, F this game. Every time, I cannot have fun. I remember in Rockstar Games, I could be mowing down police and pedestrians and like, okay, well, after 2 minutes, we'll give you a 3-star wanted level. You got to stop. But here it's just bounty hunters after you, and I'm always had to pay them off. It doesn't let you have that much fun.
I do understand the bounty system. I personally like that. But my gripe is with the bounty hunters, you just leave the camp for 2 feet out of your camp or whatever. Bounty hunters find you. I'm like,
they don't want to let you have that much fun in the game.
I'm kind of thinking, just have these bounty hunters do random patrols and look for you, or they're more around the towns, but don't let them just be in the open world all the time, just 2 steps outside your camp.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. That is a big gripe, but it's a fun game. I think.
I love everything about it. It's so annoying to. I mean, I don't have a problem being like good, quote, a good character, because I think in the original Red Dead you had that morality system, good or bad. I was always pretty good, but it's just even when the game's
there's a more
story missions cause you to have this huge ass bounty that drains you of all your cash if you have to go in. It's not even just paying off in the entire map. You have different zones that you're wanted in.
Have you passed the game yet?
No, after that mission, I'm like, you know what? I'm so done with giving these sheriffs all my money just so I'm not like getting pot-shotted from a distance from these bounty hunters.
I don't think it was Valentine you broke that guy out of jail. I think it was Strawberry.
Or yeah, one of these.
But yeah,
that was the final straw. I'm like, I paid off all these hundreds of dollars in all these zones. All right, I'm good. I'm just gonna be careful from now on. And then I get that mission, and then just here's this huge ass bounty on my head again.
That mission is probably the most annoying mission.
That's like, I'm done. I'm played
So
Grand Theft Auto 5
you'd
and
never play that game ever again after that.
no, I
You
haven't.
really should sit down and just play it.
I do want to play through it again. I have to go in with a different mindset that I'm just going to be.
It just maybe my first playthrough, go through with this. Just don't go back to that region later on until you absolutely have to.
Now just start the game over. Start from the very beginning and go in with the mindset that, okay, I have to be on the straight and narrow because this game not going to let me have fun. It's gonna go where it wants me to. Like, oh, I gotta get at this bad guy, but I want to be careful so I don't shoot anybody accidentally.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, our level is that just brings up your bounty because of your whatever your game wants you to do on there. But
Yeah.
I get it.
I'm in New Orleans. Like, oh, I accidentally took out my gun for a second. Oh, huge bounty on my head again. I just wanted to pull out flowers, but I pulled out my shotgun and someone saw it. Here's this huge ass bounty on my head again.
Yeah, good times.
Good. I'll slap you right now with this. All right, venting over. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, I love everything about that game. I really want to like it because we haven't got some Rockstar games for a long time. They did GTA 5, and that pretty much was it. They put out Red Dead.
Can't wait for the GTA 6.
Yeah, we want to talk about that. Those things leaked a while back, little video clips, and apparently they're real.
So, but I understand there's gonna be a female character.
Well now. This might change because we got leaked. We'll have to change it up a bit. But it sounded like it was going to be like a brother sister, Bonnie and Clyde type thing, and it looked like all signs pointed to it being in Vice City, but in modern times. That one I'm not a big fan of. I think Vice City in the 80s is so cool, but I suppose they just want the fast cars and new music. I get it why they don't. Just like I would love to see a 20 style Grand Theft Auto Mafia, but the problem is, well, we can't have a radio in a car. You can't have these cool guns and all these cool high-tech things. You just got your Tommy gun, and you can play a record at your hideout or something, but I get why they don't want to do it. But that would be cool. 20s Chicago.
Bring up old school. That makes me want to play LA Noir or whatever.
LA Noir, yeah. See.
Yeah. But I know that game takes place in
that's 50s, yeah, 40s
or 50s.
After World War II, yeah, because your main character is from the war.
But yeah, and some people want to see Red Dead branch off into the 20s with Jack Marston, because if you remember, Jack Marston.
Well, be careful here.
Well,
spoilers.
But I don't want. Yeah, but that's. Oh, I guess I should stop right there. But yeah.
Like a modern Red Dead?
Well, okay, so Red Dead. Okay, little bit spoilers here. The first Red Dead Redemption ends with Jack Marston. I think.
Sorry, guys.
If you haven't played it, it's been over 10 years. If you haven't played the game yet, that's on you.
I get what you want to play as his son.
Yes,
and
then all of a sudden, I think that year is like 1918 or 1919. If you guys know for sure, please correct me, because I think it is right before 1920, about the modern era. But they should have him. It's maybe not Red Dead Redemption, but maybe a new Grand Theft Auto game off of their branch off, and he starts up a crime family or mafia or whatever. I don't know. I think that'd be cool.
Rockstar does like to kind of tie in some of their games. A little Rockstar shared universe. Because even GTA, you got a book like Red Dead Redemption by Jack Marston. That's a book that's hidden in Grand Theft Auto 5. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did. I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
They also say this map for GTA 6 is supposed to be twice as big as GTA 5.
Yeah, I can believe it. Well, these modern systems, I mean, go for it. Well, I just say don't really make it bigger. Just make it more dense with things to do. Like, GTA Vice City, that's not a big map, especially nowadays, but there's so much to do in that little map.
That was a great
Yeah,
game.
like something
It
to
is a
do
good
on
game.
every corner. Whereas GTA 5, yeah, a huge map, and I love it. It's so great, but it can be kind of empty sometimes. It takes a moment or two to go to
I
places you want to go to. Like, oh, it's a lot of driving, but there's nothing much in between.
I'm like, yeah, I can relate.
There's some dead space. Like I would like even with these new Zelda games, like they're huge worlds, but you kind of got a lot of dead space in between some of these things. Like you can make the map smaller, but just filled with more things to do.
So, speaking about open world games, go back to Hogwarts Legacy. I know you haven't finished it yet.
Yeah,
So, but so
halfway.
far that map is huge. It is. What do you think about the spacing in between it? Or you haven't
Oh
explored
yeah, that was
outside
a
the?
lot bigger of a map than I thought. Because I think a lot of people see it as like, oh, it just takes place inside the school. No, you're wrong. It does take place outside the school as well. And I thought, okay, you got the castle and maybe a little area around it. No, that thing's really huge. That whole Hogwarts and the surrounding area, that's just like one little section of the map. Even Hogwarts itself's big.
Yeah, the game could take place all in Hogwarts.
Yeah,
It's how big that the castle is.
agreed. Yeah,
It,
no, I
and
like it.
I think there is a lot of dead space outside the castle walls, but at the same time, they do keep it interesting too.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. There was a little bit of dead space because that's why I say you don't need to make the maps bigger. Just fill them up with more. Yeah, it takes you 15 minutes real time to go from one corner to the other, but what are you gonna run into in the meantime? I
And
know MMOs have that problem. I mean, people listening, if you play City of Heroes, be like, "Well, look at City of Heroes. There's a lot of dead space in there." Like, yeah, there's a lot of back and forth. But I suppose MMOs are a little bit different because it's meant to be, 100 players on the map. So maybe you do want large space. Again with GTA 5, yeah, it's a big map, but if you play online, there's like 30 other players on that map. I get it. But Hogwarts, yeah, that's a single player game.
it's fantastic. And unfortunately, after a while, I don't even walk around the map anymore. I just fly along the broomstick.
Get your broomstick or your mount. You use the flu powder, teleport everywhere.
Yep.
Yep.
And there's a lot. I love the puzzles on it. It's a lot of puzzles on there. It's pretty fun and challenging.
This is where our podcast will branch off into two new ones. The Hogwarts Legacy podcast, starring Fearless Leader. You'll be able to catch that. And the City of Heroes podcast, starring Kyle. Well, no, there is a City of Heroes podcast. So shout out to Chooch and Viv. They host that thing. They haven't done an episode for a while, but they're a husband and wife who just love the game and
and
highly recommended.
and one thing you were talking about Dead Space and going back to Red Dead 2 about all these bounty hunters, you'd think the game is so huge. You'd think you could hide from these bounty hunters all the time, but no.
They know right where you're at. Yeah,
They
that's the other thing too. Had some stealth in there. That'd be fun, but and just zone in on you right away.
you're right in GTA. You're after you in GTA 5. The cops are after you in GTA 5. You could go out in the middle of nowhere and
It's
just
safe.
hide,
Yep.
and the cops will lose you. But the bounty hunters on Red Dead 2, even if you have a bounty on you, they're gonna find you. You could be in the middle of nowhere.
Literally in the middle of nowhere. It's like, oh, 1 minute later, I'm being shot at. Uh, I
I
want to
do
like
get
the
that.
game. I want to like the game, but just it's so annoying. It's like you're not letting me have fun playing this game.
I get it. There is a trophy on there that I know I'm not gonna get. You have to survive like 3 game days with a bounty in every single province or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
it's
would be
something like
hard.
that. If you guys know, let me know on the comments. But there's some kind of trophy or achievement that you can get. I know I'm not gonna get that because I cannot survive with all these bounty hunters after me for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Can't be done. Can't be done.
Not with me.
If you can't do it, no one can.
Well, there's a lot of people out there has, just not me.
So yeah, from Rockstar Games, I want new Bully. Bully 2, please. New Midnight Club. You have a great racing game. Bring back Midnight Club. That's a huge world in that one. Go for it. You have so many great games, Rockstar. Just gotta stop giving us GTA 5. Because idiots like me keep buying them.
At least give us a GTA 5 DLC for crying out loud.
Oh, don't even. They were going to.
I know, but
it was a prequel. Like each character before the events of GTA 5.
Yeah, I know, but everybody they could milk the online gaming part instead of the DLC. And I like online gaming, but I'm more of a solo gamer, so
Solo.
I'm kind of upset they canceled that DLC. Curse you guys. Oh well.
Well, they only made $1 billion+ from their online, so they're listening and they're wiping their tears with these $1,000 bills in their offices, like, oh no.
Probably laughing their heads off, not crying. They'd be just fanning themselves with all these 100 bills in their hand.
I can tell you. Oh, there was a game, in no way related, that I have been playing a little bit lately. The new Street Fighter game, Street Fighter 6. It's been a lot of fun. Thought I'd shout that out real quick. Good times.
You love your Street Fighter
I do,
games.
Yeah. My bae, Chun-Li, is my very first crush.
I always play with Chun-Li all the time.
Oh, you know. I didn't know you could peek into my dreams like that. Kind of evasive.
Well, I am kind of psychic. I could predict, no, maybe not.
Oh, no. I blush.
So,
you have an event you're looking forward to going to here at the, end of September 2023 at the time of this recording. Here in town.
I am planning to go. Yep. I asked for the day off. I'll be pissed off if my boss doesn't give me these days off. I'm going to buy a pass here pretty soon. Here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, there's a convention called SuperCon, and I am planning to go.
SuperCon.
I'm actually probably going to buy a 3-day pass here pretty soon, and you said you might join me?
Yeah, I do. I haven't been there for a while, so I have to join in.
Gone to a con in about 5 or 6 years now, so I'm well overdue, and I really want to go.
You have been talking about that quite a bit. I like you when you're excited for something. That's the focus.
It is. That's all. My only focus now is after.
I had to hear about Hogwarts Legacy for like a year from you.
Very excited. Now I'm debating if Kyle should dress up as Iron Man. I'll be Captain America.
Do you have to bust out in my armor?
Or we go separate. My big sister told me I cannot go as a Star Trek officer, unfortunately, because I heard one of the guests there is the puppeteer for Yoda. I didn't look at the guest list, but I don't know. But if that's true, that's awesome. But that kind of explains why I'm not allowed to go as a Star Trek character, or else I'll get beaten up by my own sister.
You should have gone to that cancer charity event. I think it was in downtown, but it had like a couple Star Wars people. Had the Lady Mandalorian from that show. Yeah, a few folks in there. I forget the guest list, but it was quite a few big names actually. Oh, the Emperor. Ooh. Palpatine, that guy.
I did hear about that.
Was here.
Pretty awesome.
C-3PO was here. Anthony Daniels. Shocked he didn't go.
Unfortunately, I had to work. Damn it, work. Gets in the way with all my fun.
Stupid work.
But
so I like Billy Mitchell. Work is for people who can't play video games.
Yeah, that's so true. I want to play video games, but I have to work so I can buy more video games.
The paradox.
Ironic. Now the big question is, I'm asking everybody else to on a podcast, and I'm also asking you, Kyle.
Yes, I'll marry you.
My other option is to dress up as I could go as my Hogwarts costume, my Hufflepuff
I
wizard.
know the perfect costume for you.
Or I'm thinking about going online, ordering a Jedi Knight costume.
I know the perfect
Oh
costume
dear.
for you.
Don't put me in a tutu.
I know the perfect one. And here, it's a character. Sorry, I'm facing the other way. It's a character from this game. Fearless Leader can go as Lollipop Chainsaw.
Oh, yes.
Juliet Starling. There's your costume right
I
there.
think people's. If I show up with that, people be kind of rip their eyes out. And speaking of Lollipop Chainsaw, I read an article saying there's rumors out there they're making a remake of that.
Heard that too. We'll see how that goes. It's not that great of a game, but
I don't know. I enjoyed it.
it's cheesy fun. It knows what it is.
I think
It's one of those games.
Yeah.
And you actually play. I gifted you the PS3 version, and you
played
play it. He never plays the games I give him. I give you Minecraft. You didn't like that.
Ugh.
Battlefield. You didn't like that. That Star Trek game. You just left it at work. You didn't even care for that one. But I give him a hot blonde cheerleader with a chainsaw, and he's playing through that one day and night.
We know where Fearless Leader's mind's at.
So if you want to give him gifts, ladies and gentlemen, you have to make sure it's an attractive anime girl on the cover, or at least in the game. It's a requirement.
But yet, I play games like Red Dead that doesn't have an attractive chick on it.
You probably could make one for the online. There's Red Dead Online. Make yourself a cowgirl.
But, you know, I would create myself first because...
You gotta be you.
Absolutely.
That's my thing in games too, yeah.
And no, I'm not that fully obsessed with myself. Yes,
well, that's...
And no,
the lie detector test determines that was a lie.
And no, I am not a Leo, because Leos, they say, are obsessed with themselves. But, yeah, I am awesome.
Yeah, when you make your characters like me, because my thing, I have a little list. Can I make myself first? No, I can't really get a good Kyle. Can I make a Iron Man-ish character, Tony Stark? Yes, no. If not, hot babe. It's default. So that's why, yeah, a lot of my games, I tend to be female characters because I can't get a good Kyle in there. But you have to put yourself in every game.
This one game I did not mention, that Saints Row game, it just came out this spring.
Oh,
this year.
Yeah.
I could not create a good Fearless Leader character, so I did go with the female. I'm kind of ashamed of myself.
Saints Row. Yeah, that was... I bought it, and I don't mind it. But it's not that great, unfortunately. I love Saints Row the third. 2 and 3 are the best ones.
Mm-hmm. I understand they're trying to reboot it. Yeah, I didn't get into it either. I unfortunately did finish it, but...
Oh, see, I didn't even finish that. It wasn't that great. It wasn't that great. It's like, I'd rather just be playing, some GTA or something. Sad.
I think with the other ones, it was... Yeah, I felt like you could have more stupid fun. And this one is like... Felt like, I don't know, work.
You had to do more work.
And once I get off of work, I don't want to do more work. I just want to have stupid fun.
That's why you're never playing Grocery Store Simulator.
Absolutely not.
I'm sure it exists. There's a lot of those simulators.
Probably is. I do like some simulating games, though.
Nice. But yeah, SuperCon, you're looking forward to that?
SuperCon, yep. I feel Fearless Leader's going to be there, and I will have to tape up Kyle and take him over there.
I plan on going to one of those days. So yeah, if anyone's listening and is in the area at the end of the September, go find Fearless Leader. He'll gladly give you an autograph. You got to give him games with hot babes on the covers or in there. He won't. You give him friggin' the latest. You give him Call of Duty. No, he won't play that. But you give him stuff like Dead or Alive, volleyball, or Lollipop Chainsaw, or some Leisure Suit Larry. He'll gladly take those off your hands for you.
I hate to admit, I kind of already own those games.
He's got them all already, but he needs more copies.
Absolutely.
I haven't even got my volleyball. We even talked about that a long time ago. I still haven't picked up that new volleyball DOA.
I hate to admit, I do check online. It's like, are they making a new one? No.
Yeah, I do want to get that, but it's just those first two volleyball games. They're not great. They suck. Well, the volleyball itself. I mean, the visuals are top
Okay, yeah.
notch.
But there's
Well, I
only
want to
one.
get the game to play it, but
Well,
it's not that great of a volleyball game.
unfortunately, only one man figured out how to play that
You're
game.
pretty good at that for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why.
One of the few games you can beat me in.
And that is
Mario Baseball and
no, you can beat me at Mario Baseball. That's the only baseball game you could beat me at.
beach volleyball. What's the other game? You said you were about to say something else.
No, that's about right.
Hmm.
Mostly I could beat you at most baseball games, but I think you beat me pretty good at Mario Baseball.
Yeah, I like that. We need a new Mario Baseball game.
You
They
do.
they put a whole I shouldn't say a whole bunch, but like for Nintendo Switch, they brought Mario Tennis to the Switch. That was kind of okay. It wasn't that great. They did Mario Golf, same thing. Like, yeah, they were better in the past. They did the soccer one on Switch. I hear that one kind of sucked. So we just got the baseball left to go, but
We were earlier before the podcast. We were talking about next video games I should buy, and even on the podcast, a new TV I should buy, and I was talking about getting a new more memory on my PS5. I
mhm.
really not thinking about getting that first. I might get a Switch before all of that. I
Ooh,
really want a Switch,
it's a good time to get one. It's
but
still it's hot right now.
it is. But at the
Mario
same
Kart.
time, my birthday's coming up in December. I don't buy
So,
anything till
hint,
after
hint,
December.
listeners. Hint,
Right.
hint. Someone give them a Switch and some games. Yeah, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, some Zelda.
I would probably play some good old Super Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario World
Oh
as
yeah, you would
well.
need the NSO online,
Yep.
Switch online. Yeah, it's a great collection of NES games, and Super Nintendo and Game Boy now, N64. You can
Probably
even
play
get
some Mega Man on there.
some Mega Mans. Even get these little controllers you can get off their website.
Oh, I don't like those controllers though. I know they're the exact. They just feel. I know they're the shape and everything's the same as the old NES controllers, but it just doesn't feel right.
Throws it away.
It's just like
Thrown away. Yeah, no good times. I think yeah we're about talked out.
yeah. And thank you for listening to Fearless Leader, myself, and Kyle over here, but he doesn't matter.
Now catch our Hogwarts Legacy podcast and City of Heroes. I have to call it something else. City of Heroes podcast is taken, but I'd have to call it something else.
Game Time with Kyle podcast, I guess.
No, for the City of Heroes one, I'd have to call it like
Kyle's Adventures in City Heroes.
something. Yeah, Paragon podcast takes place in Paragon City. Yeah, I think that will about do it for today. It was just a bunch of junk again. We didn't really have a topic. We really do need a topic next time.
If
Dead or
you
alive volleyball conversation.
if anybody thinks of a topic for Kyle and I to discuss next time we get together, just leave a comment and we might
Yeah,
think
we
about
had
talking about
thousands
it.
of comments on the last one. I
Uh,
couldn't keep up with them all. It was just
yeah, I'm too lazy to read them.
too lazy to read.
Too busy working or playing video games.
All right. Well, let's see. What do we got? Well, it's slightly over an hour, so that's more than I thought we would do. An hour about nothing.
Like always.
Sorry you wasted your time listening to this again. If you've made it this far, though, listeners, that's kind of on you. It's your fault. You just wasted an hour. But,
I can't argue with that. I kind of agree. I salute you guys for still listening.
although people, yeah, so we're wrapping up. But I know there has been some demand for some two-player Tuesday again on the YouTube channel, some co-op
We
games.
need to do that.
Yeah, and I had it planned to do tonight, but started watching some Star Trek, and people were talking during one episode. It's like we could have just played some games first to begin with.
I
But
could have tried to mute them or put duct tape on them.
you
But
tried. That is okay.
and is
Everyone
there
had
a
a good time.
game you want us to play on for Two-Player Tuesday you've been thinking about, Kyle? Or
Sheesh.
like,
Let me turn around and look at these 2,000 video games I have on my wall. Oh, I don't know. I would have to go through the at some other point. I won't. There's no need to look at it right now.
nah. You mentioned that. I'm like, thinking,
Yeah,
any
there's
game I'm-
nothing particularly that stands out. Although maybe the second DOA volleyball. We did the first one a while back. You do that one. You can show off your skills in that one a bit. You need to bring over the third one though. I've never seen the third one.
I don't think that's two-player though. I
Oh,
haven't
that's
played it.
weird.
I believe it's not.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as I wouldn't mind showing off some brand new Street Fighter. I think that game looks really great. I got to show you Black Ops Cold War. That zombies mode is really good. Open world zombies. It's always something I wanted to see in the first place. They did it. Yeah, we could even do some fun racing games, or I don't know.
We'll find out if
Yeah.
we ever get to back together and do this again.
Oh yeah. Maybe we can watch you play Lollipop Chainsaw.
I'm good at my hack and slash games.
All right, that will about do it for tonight. Thanks for joining me, Mr.
Fearless
FL.
Leaper. And thank you for having me, Mr. Kyle.
Absolutely. And yeah, we'll see everybody next time here on the Game Time Podcast. Your number one source for I don't know. I didn't have anything to finish with.
Complaining about
Red
issues
Dead
on
Redemption.
It's a great game, but still complaining about it.
Complain about it some more once we turn it off. All right. You really need to put your pants on though. So come on. All right. See everybody next time. Hugs and kisses. Give him a kiss.
No.
All right. I'll give you a kiss.
That's horrible.